What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, we are taking a look at the Bitcoin price, and there is a possibility that we might have a pump all the way to the $49,000. And I'll explain why in this episode. We're also taking a look at the Bitcoin price to see, if we do fall to lower levels, which levels are going to hold, okay, here for Bitcoin. We are going to take a look at Ethereum because all depending on what Bitcoin does, then Ethereum is going to move a certain way. But I've gone to CoinGecko and I've seen many altcoins such as EOS, Phantom, Solana absolutely smashing the highs since the drop of 2 days ago. We're going to take a look at the Bitcoin dominance because it's very likely that the Bitcoin dominance in the next coming weeks is going to have a massive fall to the downside, and this is going to be very, very good for the altcoins, guys. Remember, make sure to take advantage of this insane bonus for PrimeXBT using my link in the description. You're getting 50% added to your deposit by using Bitcoinsensus 50 as the promotion code. This bonus cannot be withdrawn. It is used for buying power. I have a full tutorial of PrimeXBT down below. My favorite swing trading platform because of the fees is Bybit. Using my link in the description, you get up to $600 worth of bonus. Okay, said this, let's dive in straight into the video. Hello there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I do daily TA on Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. I also do live streams to connect with the community. Not a financial advisor, so don't buy or sell anything that I say. Let's just get this simple chart here of the 15-minute and zoom in for the Bitcoin price. And okay, from the high here that we had, which was round about the $52,700, $800 range approximately. If we take the Fibonacci retracement from the top all the way down to the low, we can clearly see here that we just barely touched the 50% here from this quick bounce, and now we just going sideways. Now, it is very, very likely, we know the deal, the 62% Fibonacci retracement is a major level, and it's currently around about the $49,100 area. Now, it would make sense that after this drop, we consolidate and we might have a pump to the upside, but we will only pump there if we break this resistance here from these lower highs. As you can see, we have created lower highs here on the price action of BTC, right? We are bouncing here in between this major resistance. Now, it does look like a kind of inverse head and shoulder right over here, something like that. Okay, this is only pure speculation, not nothing to be guaranteed because we've had this massive drop. But if we did break out from this major resistance, it's very, very likely we'll have a decent pump, and it will form one of these, famous inverted Bart Simpson patterns, right? We have seen this before, but only if we manage to break this major resistance from these lower highs, okay, with a decent amount of volume. It is very, very likely that we'll climb up to the $49,000 range or even higher, guys. So make sure to pay attention to this potential scenario for BTC. Obviously, if we do not manage to break here with volume this major resistance, then we are going to continue sideways and to the downside. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin does have that scenario that we do pump to the $49,000 range, I've been talking now about this potentially happening, which is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves here, and now we are going to create the kind of ABC correction now. So if we have had this being the A, and then the B is going to be round about $49,000 or even $50,000, all depending on the volume. Also, guys, remember, if the recovery has a huge amount of volume, this means that potentially the bulls are going to have more strength than the bears. So the price of BTC won't be pushed down to the 40,000. The volume is very important here on the recovery. Now, if we recover with very, very low volume, it is very likely that the bears are going to step in again, making the Bitcoin price push even lower from the actual dip that we had a couple of days back. Okay, this would be the ABC correction. And now, if this were to be an ABC correction, where would the C finish? Now, it's very important, okay, to look at the most important levels, and in this case, it is the 40,500, which we almost touched right over here. As you can see, we do have a major resistance zone here where I have my purple box, right? So if it's an ABC correction, we do expect eventually the C coming well below the A. So I'm looking at the $40,500 range, and also the $38,000 being the ultimate bottom. We did talk about this yesterday, so nothing much has changed here. I'm expecting a very good bounce if we did come all the way down there. So if we take the Fibonacci retracement from the extreme low here below $30,000 all the way to the almost the $53,000, we can clearly see here that the 50% level and the golden pocket 62% levels is in between the 41 41,000 and 38,000 like mentioned yesterday. So this, in my opinion, if we did have that rollover back down here, is going to be the major consolidation phase before we actually have that run up. It would make sense, guys, if this happens. So these are the major levels. Remember, it has been a clear resistance zone. This has been the $40,500 range. Okay, this is plus minus 1,000 because of the volatility. It is a major level, and it is actually in between the 62% and 50% from this actual run up that we've had in between July and August. So these are the major levels that I am paying attention. I will be personally placing some swing trades orders if we do go down to those areas. Now let's take a look at Ethereum, because if Bitcoin does have that scenario where we do have that major drop in the next coming days, well, I think Ethereum might be holding very, very nicely, because Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin here for the last few weeks. It is gaining a little bit more of strength, and the dips aren't that severe like many other altcoins such as Solana and Phantom and other ones. So let's take a look at the potential scenario if BTC did have that major drop going to the $40,000 or even $38,000, because I think maybe Ethereum might be doing a double bottom or something closer to a double bottom. We might have just a wick coming below the $2,900, potentially hitting the $2,800 area, because this has been one of the most strongest resistance that there's been here for Ethereum, also turning into a major support area. But you know the deal here in the markets, it is very, very volatile. The support and resistance are there to be broken, right? So we might have a little breakdown here, a massive wick in my opinion, because this area should be holding very, very nicely. I do not see Ethereum trading in a couple of months below the $2,000 range. I see us holding very, very nicely this area and then continue to the upside. This is only if Bitcoin does have that scenario where we have the A, B, and C correction down to $40,000, $38,000. I think we'll be having a roll here and coming just below the 2,900, 800, potentially around this area, because it should be holding very, very nicely, as you can see here on the chart. We do see altcoins such as Solana, Phantom, Algorand breaking all-time highs, and I think Bitcoin and Ethereum eventually are just lagging behind these cryptocurrencies. If we take a look at CoinGecko right over here, we can see EOS, we can see Mina Protocol, Elrond also absolutely smashing it, Algorand, Phantom, Solana, FTX token, OMG Network. Okay, OMG Network hasn't yet reached the actual high that we had from the dip, but they're all doing very, very well, as you can see here in the last 24 hours. So looking at the Bitcoin dominance, you know, I have a theory here. We're just about to hit, you know, the all-time low. Well, we are just 5% away from all-time low. The all-time low happened here at the beginning of 2018. If this bull run were to continue, which I do believe so is the case, for the next 8 months approximately, you know, in second quarter of 2022, I do see the Bitcoin dominance absolutely falling from here for the next coming months. It might be fast or it might be slow, I do not know, but we can clearly see here this ascending wedge that we talked about here for many weeks. Okay, let's go to the daily chart here on the Bitcoin dominance, you know, perfectly breaking down and basically reaching the target here, which is around about the 40% levels. Now we're currently at 40.7%. Now if we take all of this as a consolidation right over here, because this is clearly a consolidation of a few weeks, and the drop started from this consolidation part, right, didn't it? So we had this major drop, and this, apart from an ascending wedge, could be a pennant, and this could be the pole of the actual pennant. So you would say kind of a bear flag, right? Now, if we do take this as the pole of the bear flag, and we are just breaking out here from this bear flag in the for the last few days, this could take the Bitcoin dominance all the way down to the 25% levels if this were to be the case. We did see a very, very similar scenario here back in 2017 where the Bitcoin dominance was just absolutely dropping here, having these kind of ascending wedge or pennant formations and then dropping back down. In this case, we could see that we did have a kind of a pennant, but we broke to the upside. In this case, we broke to the downside. Now, as you can see, we did have a major leg down, and this finally came to the end of the bull market here in early 2018. Now in this case here, you can clearly see that we did break to the upside. So this, you know, was the end of, you know, the actual bull market. But here we can clearly see that we've broken down. Okay, we have a lot of projects that are absolutely great, and I do believe so that the Bitcoin is going to lose dominance, okay, in the next coming months. I think it is inevitable at this point. Some people expect potentially a huge bounce at their 35% levels, and a lot of the altcoins are going to get drained, but we have working products now. This is not the ICO boom of 2017. They're actual blockchain cryptocurrencies that have a working product. So I do see a lot of money from BTC pouring into the altcoins in the next coming months, potentially taking the Bitcoin dominance to the 25 or the 20% levels. Remember, when you break an all-time high, you're in price discovery. When you break an all-time low, you also enter a price discovery, in this case a percentage discovery to the downside. Okay, so this is what I see for the Bitcoin dominance in the coming months. Guys, thank you very much for joining this video today. If you haven't checked out the Bitcoinsensus website, check it out, guys. We've got the latest news and technical analysis here. We have exchange reviews to check out. Which exchanges have the best bonus and the best fees also here. All free information on the Bitcoinsensus website down below. If you haven't seen my tutorial of Bybit or PrimeXBT to learn how to trade on those platforms, a video on the screen right now. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.